Hi, in this tutorial we will learn how to finally import CSS from external file into our HTML file. Now please note there are three major ways to import CSS. The one is external file, when you're referencing in head section of your web page that file. The second option is to type actually CSS source code right here in the head section, so no external file. The term for when you're entering pure CSS code into head section directly is internal CSS. And third option is when you're specifying for some tag, some specific tag, HTML element, when you specify exactly CSS for that one line. Okay, this is why the term is inline. So we have external CSS, internal, and inline CSS. These are three major ways. There are some workarounds, but that's advanced for now. What we need to do first is let's create a new file where we will put our CSS code, and that name of that file will be my CSS. Extension need to be CSS. Don't put anything else. A txt will not work, PHP will not work, JavaScript don't do that, just CSS, don't forget that. So how to call this file from head section? Use exactly this: link rel style sheet. Type of the file will be pure text, specifically CSS, and actual link will be to that file which is in same folder where our HTML page is. So what's the name? My CSS .css. Now check this out. When we refresh our page, nothing happens. Why? Because we didn't type any kind of specification here. How to do that? Let's say, for example, that we want to define background for body. Really easy stuff to do. Just type body and then open curly bracelets and then type background color. Now, characteristic of CSS is that under one thing you can define many characteristics. So for example, for body you can have many lines right here, and you are going into real details about how your body section will look like. So let's say for body color, let it be light gray, and then you close that with semicolon. So this is a must, okay, and semicolon is a must. There is no other way. Now when you refresh page, there you go, thing works. So let's say we want to specify H1. Just separate these things, and then again braces. I'm mixing these two, braces. Let's define background color. Let it be white. And guess what? Let color of font actually be red. Color red. So please note that in CSS you will use this, but in pure HTML we were using equal sign. So don't do that in CSS. In CSS is a little bit different, but you need to be consistent. So you cannot mix these two. Yep. See, you got the result. Really nice thing this CSS is. And for example, for paragraph, let's open it and close it. This is some content blah blah. When you don't specify p, what's gonna happen is this: default black letters, but we don't want to do that. We just want to say that characteristics of p will be background color, and color will be different. for example, background color green, and no, black, and color of font will be yellow. And you get the general idea. So I think this is really easy. So just remember that when you're dealing with any kind of HTML tags here, and you are beautifying that tag into CSS, you need to specify it, and under the braces you need to specify what you're gonna specify, and then type actual value. Don't worry about these things. There is a lot of here to learn, but it's simple and it's not much complicated than HTML. Remember, CSS, the purpose of it is to beautify your HTML. So they are kind of simple. They are like, how to explain this? They work together in simple terms. Remember, in our first tutorial I told you that the thing from Wikipedia, when they said that the cornerstones of web are HTML and CSS, and they say JavaScript, but I also say PHP. So it's up to you to make decision later. Do you like PHP and JavaScript or not, and where you wanna go after that? Maybe you will end up into desktop programming, I don't know. Bottom line, related to CSS, external file, internal CSS into head section, and inline into specific tag. HTML element, that's the term. Yep, that's about it. In next lesson we will go into details about two more options, internal and inline. So see you next tutorial, and thank you for watching.